listening to Cyber F.M, hosted by R.S.S Thomas.
It is Thursday, April 2nd, 2026. You're locked in and tuned to Cyber F.M, your primary frequency for the digital frontline. I'm your host, R.S.S Thomas, and on today's briefing, we are tracking a massive escalation in the Apple DarkSword exploit kit, a critical remote command execution flaw in Cisco's management software, a retaliatory strike on the U.S. medical infrastructure, and a major CRM data heist targeting millions of corporate records. Let's begin.
Story number 1. Apple expands patches as DarkSword threat grows.
The digital shadow cast by the DarkSword exploit kit just got a bit longer. Apple released an emergency update yesterday, April 1st, for iOS 18.7.7, specifically to protect older devices against the sophisticated zero-click threat. Researchers from iVerify and Google have confirmed that DarkSword, linked to the notorious Corrunia infrastructure, targets 6 distinct iOS vulnerabilities to fully compromise iPhones with minimal user interaction. While newer devices have been shielded for months, an estimated 200 million legacy devices remain in the crosshairs of state-sponsored groups and commercial spyware vendors. If you're holding an older iPhone, your window for automatic safety has closed. Manual intervention is now a requirement.
Story number 2. Cisco SSM on-prem hits critical 9.8 severity.
If you're running Cisco Smart Software Manager on-prem, stop what you're doing. Cisco issued a final advisory yesterday for CVE 2026-20160, a critical vulnerability with a devastating 9.8 CVSS score. This flaw allows unauthenticated remote attacker to execute arbitrary commands directly on the host operating system. In plain English, hackers can now take total control of your license management servers without needing a single password. There are no workarounds. The only defense is a total patch. For enterprise admins, this is the red alert moment of the quarter.
Story number 3. Iranian hackers Handala strike U.S. medical manufacturer.
The geopolitical tit-for-tat has moved into a medical supply chain. An Iran-linked group calling itself Handala has claimed responsibility for a targeted strike on Michigan-based medical device giant Stryker Corp. The attacker successfully breached Stryker's internal Microsoft environments, disrupting operations in what they claimed is a retaliatory move for ongoing regional conflicts. This isn't just about stolen files, it's about the disruption of the systems that keep hospitals running. It serves as a stark reminder that in 2026, the front line of a foreign conflict can be a server room in the American Midwest.
Story number 4. ShinyHunters claims 3 million records in Cisco CRM breach.
The group ShinyHunters is back in the headlines, and they've set a deadline. The group claims to have exfiltrated over 3 million Salesforce records from Cisco systems, including GitHub repositories and AWS buckets. While Cisco previously characterized the intrusion as a vishing incident with limited impact, the hackers are now posting screenshots of PII and internal corporate data as proof of a much deeper compromise. They've given Cisco until April 3rd, which is tomorrow, to comply with extortion demands. This highlights a terrifying trend, the slow burn breach, where attackers sit in a system for months before revealing the true scale of the damage. Let's talk about moving what matters. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the R.S.S.H Delivery Company, New York's exclusive delivery option. In an era where the cloud is increasingly just a playground for threat actors, the R.S.S.H knows that some assets are simply too high stakes to send over the air. When the wire is too risky, New York trusts the R.S.S.H Delivery Company to move your sensitive hardware and encrypted physical data across the 5 boroughs with a guaranteed human chain of custody. Because in this city, true security isn't just a firewall, it's a hand-delivered guarantee. That is the state of the digital world for this Thursday, April 2nd, 2026. We've covered the DarkSword threat looming over 200 million iPhones, the 9.8 rated emergency at Cisco, the Handala strike on the U.S. medical infrastructure, and the massive Salesforce data heist currently held for ransom. The takeaway? Legacy hardware is a liability. Unauthenticated access is the new baseline for disaster. And your CRM data is likely more exposed than you think. Don't let your data become a headline. And remember, when the digital patch is compromised, the R.S.S.H Delivery Company is New York's only way to ensure your most sensitive assets never touch a compromised wire. This is Cyber F.M. I'm your host, R.S.S Thomas. Stay secure.
To Cyber FM, hosted by R.S.S Thomas.